And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Winestream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and tonight, well, we're going to try something that's very different. Completely different. This is a 7-wine blend, and it's kind of a mysterious wine because I really didn't find a whole lot about it online. I found a little bit, not a whole lot. But I do have some information on it, and it should be very interesting to try. I'll tell you all about it in just a few moments. Also, well, we have a pairing. We're going to taste it. We're going to pair it with some foods. I have some lovely foods to prepare it with tonight. And a really nice little presentation by my lovely wife, Chi. And, of course, we're going to toast the national days. And let's see what else we got here. Plans for episode 200, because we are coming up on episode 200. It's not far away, and I'm going to give you a little preview of what we're going to do. Plus, if you have anything you want to toast, anybody you want to toast, just drop it into the chats, and we'll toast it. We'll toast it all together. Okay, if you're joining me for the first time or for the 197th time, because this is the 197th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream, this is a stream of consciousness kind of show. Now, I do have my show notes, as I always do, and they're right here, and I just kind of went through the itinerary more or less. But we don't follow it all verbatim. Sometimes we go way off the beaten path, because this show is not about me. I'm here for entertainment purposes, but the show is not about me. The show is a little bit about the wine. The show is really about you and me getting together in the chats with our favorite libations, our favorite snacks on a Saturday night, just kicking back, relaxing, forgetting about the worries of the week, the worries of the day, and just having a great time together. Now, you can join me in the chats, and I'll tell you where. You can join me here in just a moment. First, I just want to remind you, we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about religion on the show. We talk about things that bring people together, like wine brings people together. So we can just sit back in a neutral place and just have a good time. That's all this is about, okay? Now, if you're wanting to get into the chats, let's see if it's popping up. Here we go. Thank you, Microsoft. I might mention that too. I might give a shout out to Microsoft later in the show. Okay, you want to join me in the chats? You can join me for the Saturday Night Wine Stream live on our Facebook page is facebook.com/drinkwithrick. YouTube is at drinkwithrick. That's youtube.com at drinkwithrick. Twitch is twitch.tv/drinkwithrick. And the number 1, all one word. Twitter is at Drink with Rick over on twitter.com. And Odyssey, if you go to odyssey.com, type in at Drink with Rick, and the number 7, you will be able to watch me on Odyssey as well. And I'm always open to finding other venues to stream to multi-stream to live. And of course, you can join me on the website. The website is drinkwithrick.com. I don't have a live chat going there, but if you click on the post for this episode that's going on live tonight, and you'll get a comment box, type in your comments, and I will respond in kind. It won't be right away, but it will be, as soon as I get a chance, and I'll read them on the show. I'll read them on the show in the next episode. All right. Also, if you can't watch now or watch later, you can always listen to the podcast. The podcast goes out 10 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday night, and you can listen to it on demand. Twitter podcasts, Google podcasts, if that's even a thing anymore. Thing about Google, let's say there, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Google. Anyway, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Blueberry.com, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Amazon Music, and podcastindex.org. That is the Podfather's own website and project, Adam Curry. And on you can get it through email, by email. If you go to drinkwithrick.com, click on the subscribe page, click on the little blue button that says by email, put your email address in the box, you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and no salesman will call. And of course, you can always buy me coffee or whatever you want to do, contribute to the show if you want. I don't push that too much, but if you want to do that, you can. That the proceeds go for paying for the prizes and all the other fun stuff we do on the show. Trust me, I'm not making money on this. It's just a labor of love. And of course, you can follow and subscribe and like and whatever you want to do on any of those venues. It's fine. There's no pressure to do that at all. But if you would like to, sure, I welcome it. And it's much, much appreciated. Okay, so that's what we've got going on there. Now, I'm going to show you the wine. But first of all, let's get to the chats, shall we? Let's get to everyone in the chats. And Chris is joining us in the chat on Facebook. Chris, my good friend Chris, back in our IT days. Hey, he says, evening, Rick, and right back at you, Chris. I hope you're doing well, by the way. I hope everyone is doing fine and you're doing well. And sit back and tell me what you're drinking or what you're not drinking. It doesn't matter. Look, by the way, you don't have to drink wine on the show. You can drink beer. You can drink rum, tequila, bourbon, whatever you want to drink. You can. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. It can certainly be non-alcoholic. You can drink juice. You can drink water. You can drink. I have some water here, as a matter of fact. So I have some right here. You can drink whatever you want. There is no pressure on that, as long as we're drinking, snacking together. That's what this is all about. All right, and let's see what we got going on YouTube. My lovely wife, Chi, is on YouTube. She says hello, and right back at you, Chi. Oh, I've got to show you what she prepared tonight. It's really, really nice. And on Twitch, we have folks on Twitch coming in to the chat right now. Taz Cools is in the chat. Taz, is great to see you, by the way. Taz says, was at Friends last week as he had Monday off, so last Saturday it was Drink with Taz and Big Oz. Well, is it Big Oz? Big Oz, okay. Wow. Wow, that's cool. I'm glad you had a great time, and that's the important thing, drinking together. And Photo Ray's in the chat as well. And Photo Ray says, good evening all, and good evening right back at you, Photo Ray. How'd your week go? I hope everything went very, very well, and you're doing fine. And let me see, Odyssey, well, we're going on Odyssey right now. And Twitter, you know what? I can't see all the tweets right away. I've got some notifications and tweets and things, but unfortunately, I can't see them right away. But I want to say thank you for joining me, those who are watching on Twitter, and tweet me. Yeah, message me there. It's fine. It's good. I'll keep an eye on that as well. Okay, so this is what we have tonight. The hat. Oh, just in case. The hat. I'll tell you all about that in just a little bit. I have a couple things to show you, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we'll get to the hat in a minute, but yes, I'm wearing a Drink with Rick hat. It is a one-of-a-kind hat right now because my lovely wife, she made it for me here. And actually what happened was my daughter Tia's birthday, CM Cinders, her in the chat on Twitch, her birthday was February 13th, and my wife's and my anniversary was on the 14th, on Valentine's Day, and then my birthday was on the 15th, the next day after that. So we had a few celebrations, and of course gifts were exchanged pretty much by all. And this was one of the gifts I received from Chi. I'm going to show you another gift that I got from my son here in just a little bit, which is going to be used on the stream as well. And also from CM Cinder, she made me a nice little dish that I'm going to show you in just a few moments. Let's take a look at the wine first. This is what we're drinking tonight. It's called 7 Sicilians. It's a Rosso, and it is Terra Sicilian. It's an Italian wine. It's from Sicily. Let me show you the back of the wine, and I will read the back of the wine. 7 Sicilians, Terra Sicilian, Rosso. It's a 2021. It's a dry red wine product of Italy. It says, this unique Sicilian wine is made from 7 grape varietals that are slightly dried, hence the name 7 Sicilians. The wine has a deep ruby red color with a pleasant fruity nose of jam with spicy notes. Full-bodied with a supple finish and soft tannins. Enjoy it with pasta, pizza, grilled meats, seasoned cheese, or even on its own. And this is what's in the blend. If you can read it there on the screen, if you can see the screen, if you're listening to the podcast later, I'm going to read it out to you now. Nerello Mascalese is 10%, Sangiovese 5%, Merlot is 23%, Pinot Noir 2%, not much Pinot in there, is there? Shiraz 35%, Cabernet Sauvignon 10%, and Frappato 15%. It is imported by 8 Vinny Incorporated in San Leandro, California, and there is 13.5% ABV in this 750 milliliter bottle of wine. And that's what we've got there. What's up's in the chat, by the way. What's up? It says happy Saturday, everyone, and happy Saturday to you too. What's up? It's great to see you in the chat, by the way. Glad you're here. And, we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. I hope we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, but tell me what you're drinking as well. CM Cinder's in the chat as well. Hi, CM Cinder. It's great to see you as well. By the way, we've got a couple of shout-outs to do tonight, and CM Cinder, maybe you can help me out with that as well. We do have a big shout-out for a fellow Twitch streamer, and I want to give him some thanks. And What's Up says, glad to be here. Having some tea my wife got for me for Valentine's Day. Well, it was really sweet of her. What kind of tea is it, by the way? I love teas. I love, when I say drink with Rick, it's not always just wine. I'm drinking, I love coffees. I love teas. I love a lot of different drinks. We have a nice collection of teas downstairs. Some of them are loose leaf teas, and I have, the infusers and everything else, and we have a lot of teas downstairs. And sometimes I have tea going to bed at night instead of wine or coffee or something. Or I don't have coffee going to bed, but I have teas sometimes going to bed at night. There are some teas that are actually good for the tummy. Yeah, aren't they? And Wise Up says it's a seasonal release from my favorite tea maker, Stephen Smith. I think I've heard of. Have I heard of Stephen Smith? What's Up says it's called Lover's Leap and is a black tea with chamomile and rose. Well, that sounds pretty good. I like both. I like chamomile. I like rose. A lot of good black teas. You know, one of my favorite teas is it's kind of a chai tea, but it's one that my mom used to drink when she was when I was growing up. She loved her Constant Comment tea, and that had a lot of different spices. It's kind of a chai tea, actually, and it had a lot of different spices in it, and one of the spices was clove, and I like clove. A lot of people don't like clove, but I do. So What's Up? Lover's Leap. I'll have to check that out. You know what? I'm going to write that down on the back of my show notes, no less. Here, Lover's Leap. Black tea. I'm going to check that out. I always like to try new things, as you all know in the chat. Tried many things that you have recommended to me in the past, and that all of you have, and whenever I can find them. There have been a couple that have been recommended to me that I'm still looking for, that I haven't been able to find, but when I can find them, I try to get hold of them and try them out. And that's what I like to do here on the show, and then I give them a fair and honest review. Chris says, you know it, I had a bourbon tonight, off to Jamaica in a few hours, so I'll chase some rundown. Off to Jamaica. Well, that sounds great. Bourbon's good. Bourbon's good. Okay, so let's get to the wine here. I was going to show you what we have to pair with the wine, because I just showed you the picture of the wine. Once again, this is what we're drinking: 7 Sicilians. Now let me show you what my lovely wife has prepared in the chat. Camera 3's up, and this is, by the way, this plate is a gift from CM Cinder, from Tia. She made it for the show, so I'd have something nice to present the foods that we pair with on the show. Really nice. It says wine brings people together, is what it says, and she did that because that's one of the things I say on the show every week, and it's true. And what do we have there in the middle? Okay, so we have, first of all, we have, looks like this is a porterhouse, and we have a chicken parmesan. These are all leftovers, by the way. My wife doesn't just prepare them all just for the show, but leftovers. And some cheese. We have some, I think this is the Cracker Barrel cheddar, and we have the Trader Joe's double cream Gouda. And what's that in the middle? This is, whoops, I don't want to knock it down. This is a underwater scene, basically. It is a fish. I thought it was a shark at first when I saw it. My wife assured me, no, it's just a fish. Let me show you a closer shot of this. I do have it up here, don't I? Yes, I do. Look at that. My wife made that for the stream tonight. Made it just for the stream. It is a fish in an underwater kind of setting. You got a little rock there. It's made out of, what is that made out of? A walnut shell. We have some flowers, and there's some mint. That green item there is, I think, is some mint that my wife grows, and then a little bit of, I think there's some lettuce down there, and I think it's romaine, I think. And I think those little flower things are, I think they're radish. Chi, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like they're little radish flowers. And I believe that the fish itself is made out of mango, isn't it? Is that made out of mango? And she's going to tell me here in just a minute. But that's a really, really amazing work, Chi. And you get, once again, you get a round of applause, a healthy round of applause. I think that's great. I love it. This is amazing. So anyway, where are we going here? Okay, let's go ahead and open the wine. And Chris, once again, I'm glad you're here, my friend. It's been a long time, too long, and I hope you're doing very well. Let's see. What have we got going here? Taz says, let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, What's Up says, he's talking about the Lover's Leap tea. What's Up says they're only selling it for a few more weeks, I think. They make it for Valentine's Day in February. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that and see if maybe I can pick some up if there's any left. Taz says, I love Harney & Son hot cinnamon spice tea. I've had, Harney & Son does make some really good teas. I've had a number of their teas, and I think I've had the hot cinnamon spice tea, which I believe in my recollection is very good. I think that's the one I had. Harney & Sons make some great teas, by the way. Taz says, too wine bring people and the floor together. Too much wine. Taz says, too much wine bring the people and the floor together. Yeah, that's true too. Good point. You get the rim shot for that. That's a good one. Well, we'll do some dad jokes if we have time for some dad jokes tonight. I'm pretty sure we do. Let me double check the other chats here. And Photo Ray says, anyone else getting out of sync audio? Are you getting out of sync audio? I hope not. Anybody else having out of sync audio? I really hope not, because I'm in sync here. Now let me know. And because that could be a Microsoft thing, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Chris, you know that all too well, how Microsoft works or doesn't work sometimes after an update. Chi says radish and yellow carrots. Okay, so it was radish and yellow carrots, a red reddish. It says reddish. Red radish and yellow carrots. Okay, so that's a yellow carrot. So that's not mango on this. I was mistaken. Kind of looked like a bit of mango. But it's actually, go back to the photo. Yellow carrots. That's a yellow carrot. Okay, great. I'm glad you corrected me on that. I wasn't sure. And Truth Myers is in the chat on YouTube. It says 100 subs. 100 subs. Well, thank you. Did you just subscribe? Well, thank you, Truth. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for being here, by the way. thank you very, very much. And tell me how you're doing, by the way. And once again, I really, really appreciate that. Truth Meyer says, yeah, thank you, Truth. I do appreciate that very, very much. Let's get the wine here, and then we can get to the festivities. Oh, we're in the festivities now. What am I saying? Okay, let me get the foil cutter, and I'll cut the foil on this wine. There we go. And I shall remove the cork with my mechanical corkscrew, and I will uncork, or as I prefer to say, we'll decork the wine. Wow, that's a healthy pop, isn't it? And it's a synthetic cork, too. Look at that. Synthetic wine cork. There we go. Is that a good sign? I don't know, because I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this wine in a few minutes, and you may be surprised. I was. Okay, let's go ahead and get the aerator in the wine bottle, and hopefully there's no displacement. Nope, no displacement in there. That's the line. The wine was right there, so we got that in there. And to hold the grape nectar, I have my genuine Galway Irish crystal glass, given to me by my employers at buytwowayradios.com. By the way, that's not a paid endorsement. I work for the company. I'm the product manager. 12 years. Going on 12 and a half years now. Okay, and I'm going to set this on my official, let me find a nice one, my official Drink with Rick coaster. And by the way, for those who don't have any, I know a lot of you do in the chat, but for those of you who don't have one of these, I will tell you how you can get a pair of them free towards the end of the show, so stick around. Let's give it a good swirl here. Yeah, let's swirl it up really nice. Get it oxygenated really good. That's what the swirling is for, actually. It's to help oxygenate, get that oxygen into the wine, get it to breathe a little bit, get that air in there. And we're going to set it aside for a minute because it just came out of the bottle. We're going to give it a chance to open up. And while the wine is opening up, let's learn a little bit more about this wine. So, this is what I found. Seven Sicilians is a wine that was an utter surprise to me. I was shopping around at Trader Joe's looking for another wine for the show this week, because we have a couple more wines back here. This one I'm saving for episode 200, which is coming up shortly, and I'll tell you about that in 3 more episodes. We're almost there, folks. So I'm saving the Camus for that, and I have not had that Camus, actually, so we will give that a try. But I was shopping around Trader Joe's the other day, a couple of nights ago, and I was looking for some wines. There are some of my favorites. As a matter of fact, I bought 2 more. Remember that wine that I reviewed last week that I really, really liked? This was it, the Laudinat. Is it loud enough? That's the Laudinat right here. I went there. That's where I got it from, Trader Joe's, and the price was right, and they still had some there. And I thought I have to pick up a couple more bottles of this. So that's what I did, and they are now. Actually, I opened one up the other night, so I think I'm down to 1 bottle again. But I really, really liked that wine, and I gave it a really good review, as I recall, on the show last week. You can go back and watch or listen to it at your leisure if you want to. Anyway, so I was looking around. I could not find anything online about this wine at first. The way I searched around Google, could not find much information on it at all. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is really a mystery wine. Because I went there to Trader Joe's, I was hunting around for the wines, picked up the Laudinat, a couple other wines that I like to get, and I just happened to pass this, and I thought, I've never seen this wine before. Never seen it before, just kind of out of the blue. So I picked up a bottle, and I said, well, I'll try it. I went up to the register, and the gentleman at the register who was checking me out, he picked up the bottle, and he said, is this a new wine? Never seen this one before. So I wasn't the only one. The guy who works at Trader Joe's had never seen it before. I said, yeah, I just saw it just now. He says, I'm not familiar with this one. Where'd you get this one? I'm like, over there on the other shelf, and on the Italian, with the Italian wines. And he says, that's new. It's brand new. Don't know anything about it. So I thought, well, I guess that's a really good wine to try on the show tonight. So that's what we're doing. So I brought it home. I'm looking around online. Can't find anything about this wine online. Today I came in. I'm doing show prep. And I did happen to find it. I went to their website. The website here, I don't know if you can see it on the back, says here, the distributor, 8Vinny, the number 8 in Vinny, wine merchants, 8vinny.com. So I said, well, let me go to their website. I looked around, and I couldn't find it at first. There were a couple pages, but the first time I went, I couldn't find it at all. Second time, I went to their page, I scrolled down some more, and then there's another load more wines on there, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try that page. Tried it, and it was the last wine listed on the lower right-hand corner of their second page. And I'm thinking, okay. So I was able to pull down some tasting notes. I've got some tasting notes. I have it on a sheet right here, but I pulled it up online, so I've got it online. So I can pull from that. And it says 7 Sicilians, actually they misspelled it. They spelled it Sicliane. I think that was a typo. But it's supposed to be Sicilian, Siciliane, as it says on the bottle. And it lists the varietals in here, all 7. And the alcohol content, 13.5%. I believe that's what we said here on the bottle, right? Yeah, pretty much. And tasting notes says, and I'm reading from the tasting notes now, it says this is a well-balanced Sicilian Rosso blend wine with deep purple-red color. There is a very pleasant fruity nose with hints of plum, cherry, and chocolate. Full-bodied, it has a supple finish with soft tannins and oak. Rich New World style intensifies the more time left open. So I'm giving it a little bit of time to open up here. Supposedly it pairs well with lasagna, pasta, grilled meat, and seasoned cheeses, or even on its own. And guess what? It says serve at 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I did not chill this wine. That's what it said, serve at 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, if I get another bottle, I'll try it then. If this is any good to drink on its own. There's some other information listed here. It says the grapes are left to dry beyond the harvest time on the vines in order to concentrate all the aromas and components in the fruit. Harvest is done manually to select the best, healthiest grapes in the vineyards. Part of the blend is vinified under controlled temperature in stainless steel vats to obtain freshness and fruity notes of the varietals. The other part of the blend, after maceration, is vinified in new oak barriques for about 4 months, resulting in a warm, well-structured, oaky wine with smooth tannins. And that's directly from their tasting notes. And hopefully it's every bit as what they purport it to be. We'll find out in just a few moments. PhotoRay says, nothing for me is ever normal. Oh, did I miss something up? Oh, okay, I missed something here, didn't I? I'm getting it's a conversation here. Okay, so he was asking if anyone else is getting out of sync issues. Tass says, nope. WhatsApp says, all good on my end. PhotoRay says, okay, I don't know what mine is. It's a little bit out of sync here, too, at least for me. Maybe it's a connection issue. Maybe I'll reboot. Refreshing isn't helping. Okay, PhotoRay just rebooted. PhotoRay says, okay, this is odd. Reboot, all is good. I sign in. It's out of sync again. I'm confused. So it's in sync if you're not logged into Twitch, but once you log into Twitch, you're out of sync. PhotoRay says, Tess says, weird. PhotoRay says, nothing for me is ever normal. I see. Does that happen to you a lot on Twitch, or is it's just the stream? It's just the stream? Okay, well, I'm not sure what to say about that, because I'm streaming at a pretty high rate. I've got no drop frames here. Bit rate looks good. I'm looking at all I'm looking at everything going on here on OBS. Everything, I've got all my stats up. Everything looks good. Okay, it looks good. I don't see any issues here. What's Up says, actually, I was curious if you can answer this, Rick. Who are your primary customers that buy two-way radios? Hobbyists, services, companies? That is a very good question. I'm glad you asked that, What's Up. Actually, it's a mix of all of them. And I'll tell you, to be honest, I've got one of them right here. I've got a brand new one we just launched. I haven't had any wine yet, folks. We just launched a couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, which is really cool. This is actually GMRS radio. If you're familiar with the different radio services, this is a GMRS, stands for General Mobile Radio Service, and you can get a GMRS license for it. It shares the same frequencies channels with FRS, the Family Radio Service, which does not need a license, but it has some other capabilities to it. GMRS has some added capabilities to it that FRS does not have. The GMRS community is really growing. I could go into that for hours, but we don't have the time tonight. But to answer your question, yes, we sell GMRS radios, FRS radios, ham radios, marine radios, airband radios, CB radios, of course, and business radios. Our original primary business was to business radio customers, business and commercial customers. And the company's been in business since 2002. I joined it in 2010, and we've since grown really out. Originally, I'd say about 10% of our customers were consumers at the time, 90% were business. It's still, the majority of it's still business customers, but we have branched out, and since then, and ham and GMRS customers make up about another 20%. All that marine and airband and all those together. Does that answer the question there, Photo Ray? Or What's Up? I'm sorry, it was What's Up to ask the question. Photo Ray says, it's okay, I'll pretend I'm watching an old dubbed Godzilla movie. or an old or an old kung fu movie, right? I love those movies, I used to edit them for TV sometimes, it's like, okay, well, let's fight. No, let's fight later. Oh, let's fight now. Okay, let's fight now. I don't know, I'm tired now. Yeah. What's Up says, very interesting. Yes, it does. Okay. All right. We have not had any wine yet, which is okay with me. I could talk with you guys all night. I can talk with all of you all night. It's great. I much to the chagrin of my wife. She's given them all that years ago. So, Truth, tell me what you're drinking or what you're not drinking or what you'd like to be drinking. Tell me how you're doing, by the way. And once again, you can be drinking water or whatever you want. It's fine. It's all good. All right. So, anyway, about the wine. I found that bit of information, that tech sheet or the tasting notes on the website of the distributor itself. Then I did find it on Vivino. For some reason, it didn't come up on Vivino right away, but I did find it on Vivino. They don't have any ratings for it. It says not enough ratings. But they did give it a median price of $6.36, average of all users' reported prices. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I'll tell you what I paid for it. What I paid for this 750 milliliter bottle of wine, because I've got the Trader Joe's receipt right here in my hands. I paid for this bottle of 7 Sicilians Rosso $5.99. $5.99, so it's about $1 less, or $1.37 less than what Vivino says it is. And to be honest, that's one of the things that attracted me to the wine. I saw it on the shelf and I thought, $5.99, huh? It better be good. We shall see, because we're going to try it right now. All right, if everyone's ready, I will give it a little bit of a whiff. Yeah, well, it does smell kind of jammy. Lots of fruit, lots of red fruit in this wine. Lots of fruit. Let's give it a little bit of a taste. Wow. There's a lot going on in this wine. Now, it's fairly bold. It's not too bold. And yes, there are some tannins in here, but yes, the tannins are actually surprisingly smooth. I'm surprised and impressed. I didn't really expect the tannins to be as smooth as they are. Medium tannin, kind of smooth. It's kind of a medium-bodied wine. Let me pour a little bit of this in here. It does look kind of medium-bodied. It does have a nice ruby color to it. I'm putting it in front of the area. I'm looking in the wrong direction. It does have kind of a nice ruby color to it, and it does have a few legs. Yeah, it's got some legs to it. Not heavy, but it does. But it is very, very, has a decent finish to it. I'll have to say that. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, but it's actually not too bad. It's a little on the bold side, but it's not too bold. Now, I saw some information on here of Vivino that said it was very bold. I don't think it's as bold as all of that. It's kind of, but not much. It is dry, and it is a bit jammy. It is fairly jammy, but I'm getting cherry in here, and yeah, I am getting a little bit of chocolate as well. Yeah, and a little bit of plum, like they said. Cherry, plum, and some chocolate. It's pretty much what they said it was on the tasting notes. I'm getting that, but the tannins are actually pretty somewhere in the middle. Not too tannic, but they're there. It says there's some oak there. I'm not getting a lot of oak right now. It probably needs to open up some more. So far, I like it. You know, for $5.99, my first impression is actually pretty good for $5.99. I really wasn't expecting that much, especially from a kind of a mystery wine like this, and with a blend of all of these. Now, let me show you this blend here. This is what's in here. Whoops, that's not what's in here. What am I looking at? I looked at the wrong. Yeah, that's. Go back to that. Hitting the wrong buttons here. I have to do this manually. Okay, here's what's in the blend. In the 7 Sicilians wine blend. Nerello Mascalese, 10%. I'm really not familiar with that grape, to be honest. Sangiovese, a grape which I am familiar with, 5%. Merlot is 23%. Pinot Noir, one of my favorite types of wines, is only 2%. Shiraz, another favorite wine of mine, 35%. Cabernet Sauvignon, which we've reviewed a lot of these on the show, 10%. Frappato, I'm not really familiar with that either. I'm going to have to do a deep dive on that grape, Frappato, 15%. But that's the blend that we've got going on right there. So, interesting mix, I would have to say. All right, let me check the chats one more time. We'll get to the tastings, and we'll get to toasting and all that other good stuff. I say too much. I'm trying to cut down on my uhs. Let's see. Okay, I did it again, didn't I? If everybody takes a drink every time I say we'd all be on the floor. Okay. If you remember a short animated film that I showed a couple of times on the show as a send-up to my friend Will Campbell, who passed away a few years ago, that was one of his things, is that he was making fun of the fact that I said all the time. I still do it. Okay, where were we? Oh, yes, we were going to do the pairing. Let's do the pairing. Go to camera 3, and I really like this. I really like this little fish presentation. She did a fine job on it. Now, this food's getting pretty cold right now, 10:48. Wow, that's one of the latest. times I've ever gotten to the pairing part, is it? Okay, let's try it with a little bit of the, this is the porterhouse. I love that plate, by the way, Tia. All right, so let's try it with the porterhouse. That's a great steak, by the way. Try it with this. Got to chew it up really good. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting a little bit of oak in this wine, but I think that's because of the smokiness, because my wife grilled that steak. It's actually pretty good. I like it. It goes pretty well with the steak, actually. I like that. All right, What's Up says, did the audio just get rougher for anyone else? Well, folks are having a tough time on Facebook tonight. Now, I am listening. If you notice that I've got, by the way, What's Up? This came from By Two Way Radios as well. This is a surveillance earpiece, and I have it plugged in so I can get the loop back from the audio. So what I'm hearing is I'm hearing the loop back from the audio from Caster.io, which is where I stream out to all of the 5 platforms, and I'm coming in okay. Let me check just a second. Let me check and make sure I'm in sync. I think I am. Yeah, I'm in sync. I'm in sync going out. I'm looking at myself right there, and it's popping back right back at me, so it looks okay. Tess says negative, sir, and Photo Ray says not rough for me. What's Up says might be my connection. It's happened before. Wow. Now, are any of you in up north right now? You've been getting some rough weather up there. Maybe I don't know if that might have anything to do with it. I'm just guessing, but I know folks up in the Midwest, in California, even getting snow and really getting hammered by storms. Down here, we've had kind of I wouldn't call it a heat wave per se, but we got into the 80s the other day, and it's been consistently pretty much in the 70s and the 80s here in Charlotte, which is very unusual for February. We set a record here just the other day for that, while half of the country was buried in this big snowstorm, and just really crazy weather. Anyway, let me do the palette clearing here. Clear the palette. Let's go back to camera 3, and let's check the. Oh yes, we have some pasta here, and we did because I told Chi that we have. Let me get this off the plate here. This is a chicken parmesan. Not a whole lot of cheese on it, but it's got pasta, so we'll try it with the wine. Kind of cold now, actually. Been sitting up in the studio for like an hour. Let's try it with this. Oh wow, that is a nice mix with the sauce, with the tomato sauce in particular. There was a little bit of chicken parm. The pasta was there. I didn't get any cheese on that, but the tomato sauce mixed really well with this wine. I like that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I guess it does go really well with the pasta. I'm impressed with this wine here so far, especially for the price. Let's clear the palate one more time. Taz says, had good storm week. What was that? The drink was fun. No, I don't know if I read that correctly. Okay, let's go back to camera 3, and let's try it with the cheddar cheese. Now, this is a medium cheddar. This should go pretty well with the wine. I think that if everything else is, all things pretty much being equal with the wine so far and the different foods, I think this should go pretty well so far. And I like this cheddar, and I like this wine. You see if there are two great tastes that go great together. I know. Okay, now it does add a little oakiness to the cheese. Good pairing. It does make the cheese taste a little oaky. Now, I was kind of expecting it to add a little creaminess to the cheese. Didn't really do that, but add a little oakiness to it. But it was just a little hint, and it was just enough to really add to the cheddar flavor of the cheese. So I thought it was pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Clear the palate one more time. Now let's go back to camera 3 and try it with the Trader Joe's Double Cream Gouda. Of course, we've never had a miss with this on the show, so looking forward to another great tasting pairing with this cheese and this wine. Once again, pretty decent. Now the Gouda is a slight hint of smoke to it, just a little bit, not much. This kind of enhances it just a little bit, not a lot. There's a slight acidity to it, to this one with the mix and the cheese and the wine. A little more acidity to it, but it's okay. And it's not bad. I think this is good. I think this will do it for the wine pairing tonight. All right. I like it so far. So far, I'm really liking. And the drink by itself, we're going to be doing that too, drinking on its own. Taff says driving was fun. Oh, okay. I see. It was a typo here. Let me go back here. So Task says had good storm weds. Was that what it was? Driving was fun. If you can find, Tess says, if you can find Trader Joe's brand triple cream brie. We have had the brie before, I believe, on an episode some time back. I think it was the triple cream we had, wasn't it, Chi? I think we got the triple cream. I think it was the triple cream brie that we had before, and there was another brie that we tried that I think had, I can't remember what was in it. It was another different. It was mixed with another different flavor, which was very interesting. I think it was a wine flavor. I can't recall which one it was right offhand, but it was. It went pretty well with the wine that we had that night that we tasted. So let me go back to Facebook for just a minute. And so, Chris, you're having some bourbon tonight, going down to Jamaica in a few hours. So you'll chase some rundown. Some rum. I think you meant rum, right? So chase some rum down. Okay, that's good. That's good. That works. Love a good rum. I kind of gravitate towards the spiced rums, but I like it. It's really good. Okay, so what else we got here? So Taz, you like the Trader Joe's triple cream brie? Yeah, I think we have had that before. Yeah. The brie's pretty good. Now the brie's not my favorite cheese, but it's good with certain foods, with certain wines. We mix it up, and on a crackers, you have it with some crackers. It's pretty good. Let's see what we got here next on the agenda. We're going to toast some national days. All right. Well, before we get to the national days for just a minute. I do want to show you what my son Tommy got from my birthday. I showed you what she got me. I showed you what Tia made for me. And this is what he got me. He picked up as a Stream Deck pedal. Now I have the, it's kind of interesting. He's been giving me Stream Deck products for the last few years. One year he gave me it was the 6... the little mini Stream Deck, and that's what we started off with on the show, and then I kind of outgrew that with the show, and then we went to this one that I have now, which the 15 key Stream Deck, and then he got to help me out some more. He got me the Stream Deck pedal, so I can do some things. I can switch some things out with my foot without having to sit there and hit the buttons all the time. So this is really, really cool. Not cheap, but Tom Ante, I want to say thank you very, very much. It's much appreciated. And I have not hooked the pedal up yet, but I'm going to be doing that during our break after episode 200. We've got some other enhancements and additions to do here to spice up the show quite a bit, in which we are going to do. So look for all of that and some more films. Okay, let's see what we've got here for the... it's time for the... Can I do this with my... Can I do this for my... I don't know if I can do this with the... It kind of messes up the hat. Let me take the hat off. There we go. All right. It's time now for the National Days. And the National Days are courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. Nationaldaycalendar.com. I was trying to see if I can get through that without mixing my words up again. Nationaldaycalendar.com is Marlo Anderson's website. He is the CEO of nationaldaycalendar.com, and we do have a few national days, not too many, but if you're ready, let's all raise our glasses and toast the national days together. One of these days I'm going to have some music for that, but not tonight. All right, first one on the list, February 25th, 2023, is National Clam Chowder Day. Anybody like clam chowder? I'm not a clam chowder person, to be honest. I can't. For those who like clam chowder, I'm not going to get gross about it, but I'm just not, just not my thing, clam chowder. But you can toast it if you want. And what's up? I see what you got there. Let me get back to you here in just a second. I'm not one for toasting my own birthdays, but yeah, we can if you want. Let's I tell you what though, first let's toast National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. February 25th is National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. I like nuts. My wife loves nuts. She says that's why she married me. But where's my rim shots? There we go. I like nuts. I like chocolate. I just don't like the chocolates and the nuts mix, unless it is peanuts, and then in which case the only time I like peanuts and chocolate is if it's a Reese's, you know what I mean? I don't like the chunks of nuts in there. That's just me. That's just me. Everyone is different. Some people love nuts in their chocolate. My wife does. Most of my family does, I think. So I will go ahead and drink to that. I will toast National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. Here's National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. And Chris, if you're drinking the rum now, I would say now is a good time to do it. Tomorrow's February 26th. It's going to be tomorrow tomorrow's going to be today in another 58 minutes. So let's go ahead and toast National Letter to an Elder Day. Letter to an Elder Day. I'm assuming that means to a parent or grandparent or whatever. A National Letter to an Elder Day. I will toast that. I'll drink to that. By the way, feel free to clip these if you want. It's also National Set a Good Example Day. We should all be setting a good example, shouldn't we? Should I put the wine away now or wait until we're done toasting it? National Set a Good Example Day. I will drink to that. It's also National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. Now, I wasn't prepared for this because I do have fairy tales to tell. National Tell a Fairy Tale Day is February 26th. I like a good fairy tale just as much as anyone else does. I've told a number of them to my kids. I mean, I read the fairy tales to my kids. Once upon a time there were 3 little girls who went to the police academy. But I took them away from all that, and now they work for me. Here's a National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. Now, if there was a fairy tale to tell, that's probably one. It's also National Pistachio Day. Yes, it's National Pistachio Day. I'll drink to that, but with a caveat, and the reason I was chuckling there was because pistachios got me into a little bit of trouble a few years ago. This was before the pandemic. I was on a diet, and I was trying to lose some weight, and so I wasn't eating at work. I would skip breakfast and lunch at work pretty much and just have one meal a day when I got home. But I did do a little bit of snacking, and at one point someone brought in, a couple of people brought in a bag of pistachios, and I thought, well, that's good. I can just snack on a few pistachios and have that, and I'd be good. That went on for about a week or two, that I was eating pistachios for lunch, and that's really all I had. And then one day I started feeling pretty bad down in my lower extremities, and I thought, well, this isn't good. So I went to the doctor, and it turns out I had diverticulitis. And then from that point on, and of course I was on the antibiotics, and it took me a couple of weeks to recover and missed some work, in bed for a while. But and then I had a colonoscopy from that. But this is TMI, isn't it? There you go. You know more about me than my doctor does now. Really. So after that point, I just my doctor told me no more nuts like that, and don't do the nuts anymore. And he told me no more corn, so I can't really eat the corn anymore. So that's I'm on a restricted diet. So. All right, and anyway, so let's drink to National Pistachio Day. I will drink to that. All right, and that does it for the national days. And we're being rated over here on Twitch right now. We're being rated on Twitch. Wow. Let me drop this down so I can see what's going on. Tom Antio is rating us on Twitch. Tom Antio, it's great to see you. How did your stream go, by the way? Hope it went really well. So Tom Antio is rating us on Twitch. And let's see. Bruggy Ninja 4 is in the chat. And it says the dojo is invading. Dojo is invading. Well, it's great to see you, too. And wow, everybody's we're rating here on Tom Antio's rating, and thank you very, very much. Really appreciate the raid. And who else we have here? J-Bro also draws is also rating along with him. Thank you for being here. It's great to see you, all of you here. And wow, let's see who else is here. Pogie's raid also. Well, we've got a couple of raids going on here. So Bruggy Ninja 4 is rating us. And It's Iconic is rating us. And wow, and Tom Antio is rating us. So, wow, we've got a lot of raids going on here. Anyway, appreciate it. 3 raids. This might be a record here for raids all at once. Tom Antio says hi, Pops, and hi right back at you. And CM Center says hi, Tommy, hi, Nick. And so the raid went well, huh? Yeah, I'm glad your raid went well. And Tommy Bruggy Ninja 4 says, "Yo, what's up? Long time no see." Right back at you. Long see no time. Now I haven't had enough yet. But we're gonna have some more. The party's just beginning. So if you have anything, just drink right along with us. Tom Antio says, "How's the wine?" It's actually very good. $5.99 from Trader Joe's. This is what we're drinking tonight, by the way. 7 Sicilians. 7 Sicilians, and it's a blend of 7 wines. Let me show you this. 7 Sicilians. This is the blend of 7 wines. 10% Nerello Mascalese, 5% Sangiovese, 23% Merlot, 2% Pinot Noir, 35% Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon is 10%, and Frappato 15%. I'm going to have to look up the Frappato. I'm not really familiar much with that grape. But that's what it's a blend of 7 wines all together, and actually, I really like this blend. It's actually pretty good. We've paired it with some foods, and so far, they worked really well with all of them. So, so far, I recommend this wine. Now, I will have a final review at the end of the show as this wine opens up some more, but for right now, I'm really liking the wine. Seam Descender says, long time no chat. And Seam Descender says, Shiraz sure has a lot. It does. Shiraz, it sure has a lot. Yes, it does. 35%. Actually, it's most of all of them, aren't they? 35%. I think the Shiraz there's as much Shiraz in there as there is, of the Merlot and the Sangiovese and the Pinot Noir and the Cab combined. Right? Pretty much. Just about. Wow. That's a lot. Brigand Ninja 4 says, okay, he's talking to CM Center. Okay. Also, what blend has been your favorite so far? Okay. So far, my favorite blends, I have a few. I do like, there are some blends that I really like and some that I'm not too crazy about, because it kind of depends on how everything is blended together. And there's some wines, there's some labels that do it really well and some that just kind of mix the wine up and they don't really care that much. And it's just, that's a whole nother topic altogether in the industry. But some of my blends, I like a good Shiraz, Merlot, Cab blend. I like some of the blends that are, we've had a few blends here in the past that were really good. Let me see. I don't think any of the bottles are up here. Are they? Yeah, they might be up above. Let me see. There's a Hestos there, but it's Malbec and Malbec. That's a very interesting blend because it's all Malbec, but there are 2 different kinds of Malbec. There's a kind of Malbec that is grown in the lower quadrant, and then a Malbec that's grown up in the higher areas of the vineyard. So it's they have different tastes, but they're blended together, and it's actually really good Malbec. Let's see what we got here. Now, someone had missed the film that we showed a few weeks ago. That was I can't remember who it was, but it was the Starchy and Crutch short. If you want, I can show that again. If you're up for that. I've got it where it could be queued up where we can watch it, but it's very, very short. But it's up. It's only if everybody wants to see it. As I know there's some folks that missed it and they kind of wanted to see it. Anyway, so what have we got here going on here? Okay, let me tell you about plans for episode 200, because this is episode number 197. We're 3 episodes away. So we've got some things going on here that we're getting ready for episode 200. This will be the last episode of season 4. And after that, we're going to have about a 3-week break until we start season 5. Season 4 has been a very interesting year. We've done a lot of new things as we've gone into the season. Season 5, I'm going to out of the gate, we're going to have a bunch of stuff going on, some all new things, show some new films and things like that. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to do a little tweaking up here in the studio, maybe have another camera here, and do some more fun stuff with it. Anyway, so episode 200, leading up to that, I've got a big show planned. We are going to open this Caymus wine over here. This is a very expensive wine. Normally, I don't get expensive wines, but that was a gift from my family. So we're going to open it up for episode 200. I kind of hate to open it up because, yes, it's a very expensive wine. I'll tell you about that later when we get to episode 200. But I'm looking forward to trying it out. We have never reviewed a Caymus on the show. We've gotten close with a couple of other wines made by the same. I keep pointing back here, but one of them's back here somewhere. I think it's the. I think it was the prisoner. No, it was the prisoner, or it was one of them back here. Anyway, CM Center says you should wear a big 200 on your shirt for episode 200. LOL. I might do that. We're going to do some giveaways too. So everybody show up for episode 200 because we're going to have some fun. We'll play a little trivia game. We'll give away some stuff because I love to give away stuff. By the way, if you're new to the chats here, I really would like to give away a copy of the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook. And maybe somebody here in the chat who has never won a notebook, one of the copies of the book before. It'd be great. We can stick around. And Chris, do you have a copy of this? You still watching? Do you have a copy of this? You have a copy of the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook? If not, send me a valid shipping address where I can ship it to. And right here, send it to rick@savoymedia.com. rick@savoymedia.com. If you can do that, I will send you a copy of the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook. Let that courtesy of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream. Yeah, Chris, I think you get a book. How about that tonight? Let's see, and everybody else shows up. I tell you what, I'm going to be doing more giveaways on episode 200. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'll show another film. Oh, yeah, I've got a film that one of my short Super 8 films that I'm going to show that has never been shown on the internet before. It's a short film. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. And you probably want to be drinking when you watch it because it's... I'm laughing just thinking about it. I think you'll really enjoy it. Anyway, we've got a couple of shout-outs to give out tonight, too, while we're going here on the show. And there's one shout-out that I want to give out to everyone. I want to give a shout-out to everybody here in the chat, actually. First of all, here's to everyone in the chat. This is a nice wine. I'm going to get a couple more bottles of this. All right, so anyway, there is a shout-out I want to give out to a fellow Twitch streamer. And I've got to tell you the story a little bit. So last year, it was January. Yeah, it was January 28th, I think, is when it happened. I had been shopping around for a 3D printer for a little while, and so I was checking out some of the other streamers on there that did streams with 3D printers, live streams and things like that. And one of them, of course, was Chris Perillo. Chris, I had watched from way back when I was doing the Force Field podcast. Chris, if you remember the Force Field podcast. Chris Perillo was one of the early streamers there. I think at the time he was on Ustream, and I think that's where he was. And he does a stream here on Twitch. He's up on Twitch pretty regularly, and there are a few other 3D printer streamers up there. And I was surfing around and I found another streamer by the name of Loyal Moses, and he puts on a pretty good show, and he's gotten he's grown quite a bit between the time I first started watching him a little over a year ago and now, but he does do a pretty good stream, and he's really big into 3D printing. So I was hunting around because I was shopping around for 3D printer, and I was trying to ask around, like, well, okay, I'm asking for some pointers and some guidance as to which were the best 3D printers at the time to look at, what were good options that were in my price range, because I can't spend $2,000 on a 3D printer or something like that. It had to be kind of more of a budget kind of thing at the time. So I was in this chat, and he was doing a giveaway. He was giving away a Prusa Mini 3D printer that night. So I thought, okay, well, that's cool. I'll enter the contest, and maybe I'll get lucky and I'll win a 3D printer. So it was coming down to about, I don't know, 5 minutes before he was doing the giveaway. And Tia was in the other room, and she had been wanting a 3D printer for a long, long time. She does a lot of art, as you know, and she really wanted a 3D printer for quite a while. So I just hollered down the hallway and I said, "Hey Tia, check out Loyal Moses here, and he's giving away a 3D printer. Maybe you'll get lucky." So she says, "Okay." So she goes in there, and so they did the drawing, and lo and behold, Tia won. She won the 3D printer. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And she was really excited about this. She's like, I won. It was very exciting. We were all very excited for her because her birthday was coming up, and it was like, wow, what a perfect birthday present for her, Well, as it happened, apparently it would take a little while for the printer to get here. It would take about 6 to 8 weeks for the printer because it had to be ordered and from the Prusa. Is it pronounced Prussia? Anyway, so long story short, okay, longer story, not so long. We waited for a while, and the printer never arrived. So we kept checking in with them, and apparently they had shipped the 3D printer, but we never received it. Tia never got the printer. So we checked up, and we did some follow-up, and I think they were doing some follow-up on their end, and it took a while, and then nobody could figure out where this thing was. Apparently, when they did some research on it, it turns out the printer got lost somewhere, or I don't know what happened to it. It got lost in transit, apparently. So we never actually got the printer. So we followed up with them, and I emailed Loyal Moses and a couple times, and they were trying to sort of sort it all out. And then finally, lo and behold, the other day, it arrived. Tia got her printer just the other day. They had to ship another one out, apparently, and they told them they were going to ship another one out, and they did. And she got it, and she was really excited about it, and everybody was excited about it. And I was at work at the time, and they texted me, and everybody's texting me saying, Tia got her printer, and I was like, really cool. Now she hasn't opened it up yet. It's still in the box because we're going to set it up. We're going to help her assemble it, set it all up, and get it going. But she's really excited about this, and I wanted to give a shout out to Loyal Moses and his wife, Mrs. LM, to thank you. I'm going to put the fireworks on for this one. I want to say thank you to Loyal Moses and his wife, Mrs. LM, for following through and sending out the 3D printer, the replacement 3D printer to Tia. She did receive it. I don't know. I mean, we haven't opened the box to check it out yet, but she did get it. So I want to say thank you very, very much to both of you. Really, really appreciate it. And I know Tia's going to be very, very happy with it. And supposedly she's going to let me use it every once in a while. I don't know. Might have to get my own. I can't afford that right now, but not in my budget. But anyway, here's to Loyal Moses and Mrs. LM, thank you very, very much for following through on that and making that happen. Thank you very much. It is much, much appreciated. Here's to you. Thank you very much. And CM Center says you should wear a big Oh, I read that already. So CM Center says going to be hopping off the stream for a night. Have a good one, CM Center, says Photo Ray. And CM Center, congratulations, by the way. And Photo Ray says, I used to watch Perillo when he did heavy PC tech discussions before his divorce years ago. Yeah, he was really more, that's when I started watching him when he was really kind of his tech stuff was really just starting to take off. His Locker Gnome stuff. He really made a brand out of Locker Gnome, and he was really getting his Locker Gnome thing going. And I know there's been a lot going on since then for him, but he's still doing it. He's still doing it. He's doing it on Twitch anyway. And I was actually surprised to find him on Twitch. Well, I shouldn't have been. But I was actually surprised to find him on Twitch sometime back, still doing the show. But it's good that he's there still doing it. He was always very entertaining. That's for sure. So anyway, let me check the other chats here. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Okay, so... I don't like to tout my own horn, really, to toot my own horn and give myself happy birthday toast, but someone else suggested, who did that? It's Iconic. It's Iconic. It's great to see you, by the way. And who was it that... I don't... it was... I'm scrolling up here through the raid. But yeah, my birthday was... yeah, you can toast me if you want. We got it still up, but yeah, happy birthday to me. Yeah. It seems so self-serving, doesn't it? I don't want to toast myself on my birthday. I don't know. I appreciate it though. For those who do, for those who have been toasting me, thank you very much. I thank you. It's just not. It's just kind of, I don't know. I feel kind of awkward toasting myself on my birthday. Yeah, I'm just not. I'm the kind of person. Once I've reached this age, and I told them, the rest of my family says, you don't have to get me anything for my birthday. Let's pretend that my birthday isn't here yet. Because see, the way I look at it, my age, as long as I don't know that it's my birthday, I'm still a year younger. When you get to be my age, it's just like, let's kind of pretend I don't have a birthday. And maybe I'll live longer that way. I don't know. So, yeah. All right, so I think that's got it for our shout-outs and stuff. Unless anyone else has a birthday or an anniversary coming up or anything like that, we can shout it out. And I did mention the book giveaway. We did give, hopefully, Chris, you're still in the chat. Please send me your shipping address, rick@savoymedia.com, and we will, and I'll send you out the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook, absolutely free. By the way, these are available for purchase on Amazon. If you want to support the show, you can pick one up. They're available on Amazon for $8.99. The proceeds go towards buying more prizes for all of you. That's where they go. Because I'm not making any money on this. That's for sure. Anyway, not that I'm... Trust me, this is fun. I'm having a good time. That's what it's all about. All right, so I think there was going to be. Does anybody want to see Starchy and Crutch? Has everybody seen Starchy and Crutch? I can show it again if you want. It's okay, not a big deal. So everybody got quiet when I mentioned the film. All right, it's okay. It's only if you want to. Anyway, what have we got here? I think we can go ahead and close up here shortly. All right. Anybody else? Anything else on the agenda tonight before we close up for the night? Any other business to discuss? So I'm waiting for. All right. I can put my hat back on. All right. The official Drink with Rick hat. That's what the audience is doing now. All good fun. Okay, so I'm going to give a final review of this wine. I like this wine. This is what we've been drinking. 7 Sicilians. And once again, it's a blend of 7 different wines, 7 different grapes. And it's actually a very good blend. I like it. It's pretty good. Some cherry, a little bit of chocolate in there. It's kind of a little chocolate taste in there on the cherry, and yes, some plum. And the tannins are rather smooth. I'll have to admit they were correct. The tannins are smooth. Now, they said on the back of the wine, let's see, fruity nose of jam. Yes, it's kind of jammy. Spicy notes, yeah, a little bit of spices. And it does have a nice finish, supple finish. I don't know. It's nice. It's fairly long. It's a lingering finish, but it's actually pretty good. And yes, there are some soft tannins in this wine. So it delivers. It pretty much delivers what it says it delivers. And I like it. I like it. $6.36 is what the median price was according to Vivino. I paid $5.99 at Trader Joe's for it. And as far as I know, this is the only place you can get this wine, at Trader Joe's. I don't know how much of it they bought. There was another wine that we reviewed from Trader Joe's earlier in, it was late last year, earlier in this season, and it happened to be Saltram. It was a Saltram. I don't even know if I still have that up here anywhere. Do I still have the Saltram one up here? No, I probably took it down. But it was really, really good. I was really impressed with it. It was another one of those wines that was actually pretty decently priced, really good price for the wine, and I liked it a lot, and I went back to get some more, and they didn't have any more, and the reason they didn't have any more was because they had gotten 30 cases. They had ordered 30 cases. It was a special buy, and apparently the story goes that there was another distributor that had ordered the wine, and somehow the deal fell through. So they had 30 cases of this wine there, and Trader Joe's stepped in and bought it for much, much lower price, I guess, and distributed it to most of their stores. And they got one case at the store that I went to, and I was just fortunate enough to happen upon it. And I thought at the time to buy more bottles. I think I bought 2 bottles, and I should have bought more, but I didn't. And but I do have one more bottle downstairs that I'm saving for a very special occasion because I really like that wine that much. Anyway, but that's I like this. I think I'm going to buy a couple more bottles of this. Hopefully this isn't the same kind of a deal. Trader Joe's is known for kind of making those special deals like that. And you'll see something there, and then you'll go back the next time, and it's never there anymore. So maybe I better just hop on down to my local Trader Joe's here, before these things are gone, and get a couple more bottles at the price. Well worth it. And if you see this in your area, if you like a good dry red, and you've got a Trader Joe's in your area, hop on down and get a bottle of this. It's really good. It's really good. I do highly recommend it. It went well with everything on this plate. It went well with the steak, the porterhouse, and the chicken parmesan, and it went well with the cheeses, the cheddar, and the Trader Joe's double cream Gouda. It went well with everything, so I like it. I do recommend it. I give it 5 stars. 5 stars. 2 thumbs up. All right, that's my final review of the wine. Okay, any other final thoughts? You want? I can show it to you if you want. If you've got a minute or two, I'll show you the. Let me see if I've got it queued up. Starchy and Crutch. Do I have it queued up? I had another photo here that I was going to show you, and now I can't find out what I did with it. Oh, by the way, this is what the studio looks like. For those of you who are asking, you want to know what the studio looked like. Actually, this is before I did some other enhancements, but that's what the studio looks like in a long shot when I'm not actually streaming here in front of it. That's what the studio pretty much looks like. Just to let you know, a little insider information for the Saturday Night Winestream. And okay, let's see if I've got this film queued up here just quick. We'll show it one more time. Can I find it? Where are my films? If you want to see it. Wow, I can't find my films now. Where'd they all go? Oh, scrolled up here a little bit. All right, Starchy and Crutch. Let's see if I can find out what I do with that film. I did not have it queued up here at all. Now this is gonna drag out the show, isn't it? What did I just do with Starchy and Crutch? Got this. Oh, here it is. All right. Let's show Starchy and Crutch real quick. Here we go. Starchy and Crutch. On the next exciting episode of Starchy and Crutch. Don't miss the next exciting episode of Starchy and Crutch, tonight on SAV. Starchy and Crutch. I'll have more films. I'm working on those, but I have more films coming. And Space Apes. Taz says, oh, well, yeah. It was during the heyday of Starchy and Crutch. That's when that film was actually made. 1980. No, it was 1979. 1979, I think, is when that film was made. 1980, maybe. About the last year that Starchy and Crutch was on. Starsky and Hutch was on the air. Anyway, Jim Chamberlain, Eric Solomon, Jim Chamberlain and Eric Solomon, who also we shot the film Jim and Eric, which one of these days I'll show that again. For those who have not seen Jim and Eric, I'll show that again one of these days. And I think you'll enjoy that. Very different comedy film, Jim and Eric. Well, anyway, so I'm getting ready to work on the full restoration of Space Apes from Ice Planet Alpha, which is kind of our swan song to Super 8. It's kind of a feature film. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to show it on the stream itself in its entirety or wait and do it as a special presentation after the stream. I haven't really decided yet, but it's because it's a longer film. But we're going to do that at some point. And I've got a bunch of other films. There's another film that's called The Confession. That's kind of a there's actually a David Lynch reference in the film. One of his characters, and that's a little bit of trivia there. That was about the time that Twin Peaks was popular out, on TV. But it's a little bit more of a darker film than what we've done before. Anyway, so I think that's pretty much all I got tonight. Unless anyone else has anything to add to the stream. And I want to thank everybody for being here with me tonight. There is one more celebrity that I want to bring out at this point. Oh yeah, I did forget, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, let me do that before I forget. I did promise I'd show you how to get a pair of Drink with Rick coasters free. I don't want to forget that. So here's how to get a pair of free Drink with Rick coasters. They're on camera 3 there. I'll do that real quick. If you want a pair of free coasters for the Saturday Night Winestream, this is the coaster offer. It's only available right now in the continental U.S. I can't really ship these outside the U.S. right now. But if you want, there's a limit of 2 per person, not household, but per person. Continental U.S. only. What you need to do is send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope. And here's the address to send it to. It is Savoya Media Coaster Offer, 6420 Ray Road, REA Road, Suite A1, number 209, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28277. I'll read it again. Savoya Media Coaster Offer, 6420 Ray Road, REA Road, Suite A1, number 209, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28277. Do that, and I will send you a pair of Drink with Rick coasters, the official Drink with Rick coasters, absolutely free. All right. What's Up says, good night, Rick, and happy birthday again. Well, thank you, What's Up, for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. It does mean a lot to me. Photo Ray says, I would like to see the coaster graphic on a ball cap. Well, there's an idea. Maybe one of these days. Let's see how that works out. All right, there is one more celebrity I'd like to bring out before we go, and I think you know who it is. It is none other than Roadkill Bill. Roadkill Bill. You get applause. Yes. The inimitable, they chewed up, torn up Roadkill Bill. And he has a message for everyone. You know what the message is. The message is, do not drink and drive. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, whatever it is, wherever it is. If you have to go somewhere, and hopefully you don't, but if you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend. Call someone who has not been drinking, a designated driver. Best thing to do is just stay put, honestly. Because, that's really the safest thing to do. Think about those around you as well as yourself. Also, don't text and drive, because that's dangerous as well. Because I want you to have a great week coming up. But most of all, I want you to have a safe week. And I mean that. And I want to thank everybody here who's joined me in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's joined me in the chat in the raids. I want to thank Taz Cools for being here, Photo Ray, CM Cinder, What's Up, everybody else who joined in from the raids here, Tom Antio, and who else was in here? Briggy Knight. Briggy Ninja 4, and It's Iconic, and everybody who joined in as well on the raids. Thank you for being here as well, and everyone who joined me on Odyssey, and on also my lovely wife Chi, and Truth, thanks for being here tonight, and everyone who joined me on and is watching on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you for being here, including Chris, and everyone watching there, and everyone watching on Twitter. I do appreciate each and every one of you. So when I say do not drink and drive, I mean, I know I'm talking to the choir here. You guys are too smart for that sort of thing, right? You're too smart to do anything dumb like drinking and driving or texting and driving. Right, Bill? That's right. Because I do care about each and every one of you. Because I want you to have a great week, but most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here again next week on the Saturday Night Winestream, and we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.